Hello everyone, it's July 21, 2020 and you are watching Awesome 10X channel and thank you for listening to our global market update. Today is July 21, 2020, it's a Tuesday. So kinadet dun like kay siya global market etay to si isi sa kong bikok ka bikok guakok etay siya. So thank you for listening. Kinadet chit get diapit ho di kong. So let's try to discuss what happened in in US. So this would happen yesterday. We actually saw that Shopee overtook Lazada as the region's most used online shopping app in 2019, downloaded more often in the year to May 2020 in the six countries which it operates, which is Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and Singapore. So actually in my study, it was seven countries. So I'm not sure why this is just six. Yeah, I know like there's seven. Something's missing here. Either way, where is Singapore? Because other, or maybe I forgot. I know it's like seven. Either way, so this only just shows to you that China's biggest companies. Sorry, Shopee is not really China. Shopee is Forrest Lee. He is a Singaporean billionaire. Let's take a look at this company. We have seen Shopee C Limited Garena overtaking Lazada. And that is, of course, a positive news. That news actually inspired a 7% move for your SE. Truly, C Limited has been a winner. And I'm happy to say that most of us have this. And even if you are just entering the US markets, chuse din likhay si tak bikok kitay tsiyo. This is actually one of the best companies that you want to learn. We did say that Shopee SE, C Limited, is actually the Peranakan version of Tencent. That is a huge, huge thing for me to give a title for a company to be as big as Tencent. So especially if you know that Tencent is a 1000x move in the last 23 years. Either way, you could see that the move of Shopee with that news is of course but positive. You could see that C Limited went up about 6-7% after hitting 108. Yesterday it closed at 115. I'd say that those people who don't have C Limited can continue to buy anywhere near 110, 112, or even 113, 115 for a potential long-term play, not just at 130, but really a long-term play to about nine. You never know, like $500 in the future. So you have to understand that C Limited is investing in the seven countries. I'm not actually sure why it says in the news it's six countries, because in my study it's actually seven countries that C Limited is already penetrating. That is actually a very strong commitment for online commerce. So you want to actually be buying great companies. This is something that is news for you. Okay, there's also news that Limelight Networks, of course, we were discussing yesterday that earnings are coming out this week. And we said that Limelight Networks was something that we were bullish upon. Wanted to share to you that Limelight Network top line looks good, raises guidance. So the Q2 2020 highlights, they already shared into si Tano. For this quarter, in a revenue, to see sales is $58.5 million. Got a pwetang bikema, up 28% year over year, highest Q2 ever. So gross margin of 40.6% year over year. GAAP net loss of just $1.7 million. This is an improvement from last year, an improvement of 76% year over year. Non-GAAP net income of $3.5 million, an improvement of 200% year over year. And finally, an adjusted EBITDA of $9.7 million, an improvement of 600% year over year. Record traffic delivered, and they didn't just beat the earnings, they also raised their 2020 guidance. So I'm actually happy to tell you that Limelight Networks is getting a lot of more investors to love it. Of course, it went up yesterday. We will see if it will break that $8 mark. I do think that any drops at $7 is now a higher low. I do think that this one is supported at $7. Those who got in at $7 or $7.50 should continue to hold. We could see that even from a chart basis, let's take a look at your Limelight Networks. So in the last 5 years, let's take a look in the weekly chart. So the only resistance so far is, let's see, you've got a resistance at 850. You also have some potential selling after 850 to as high as about 14. So, or even here at about 10 or even at 14. So, just be on the watch. I'd say that with that positive earnings front, it's possible that there will be upgrades coming in. I think an upgrade for some brokerage firms already said that Limelight should be worth $9. So we kopyo hang le kong Limelight with your in a earnings huan to in a sales le improve kong se Limelight yo taputo kao ko bikin. So at least 9. So with this much potential upside, I'd say that the risk to reward ratio is really favorable for the bulls. Any drops at near 750, you want to actually buy. This is a potential flag zone. For those who are aware of technicals, this is just a flag in the weekly. We could see it from 5 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. So I do think that you want to hold on to this. Of course, personal disclosure, we do already have Limelight. So we are talking our books. Another thing to share would be, so last night, a beautiful news, Vuzi went as high as 4.9. Let's take a look why Vuzi, a favorite stock of ours, is actually going up. So last night, we have seen 10 hours ago that Vuzix said that their CEO will be live on the Liz Claman countdown. It's via Fox Business Network. Be sure to stay tuned in on your TV. So just the fact that more and more people are learning about these companies are enough to inspire a strong move. Because I think that the reason why people have not been investing in Vuzi was not because Vuzi was not a great company. It's just because they never studied or they never knew the vast applications of Vuzi for your telemedicine, for your remote assistance work. So I think more and more people are now seeing the ability, not just for even the patient, the very first patient surgery, and then of course the Verizon glasses. Vuzi is actually very strong, not just in the company products, but their revenues have been rising. Take a look at the Vuzi. I think it's going to surprise on the upside. Furthermore, any drops of Vuzi back to about 4 would continually be bought. So those of us who got in at about 250 $3. So I'm happy to say if you are watching our shows, gun actually kong seo ng kopwa ng kolak ng kochit kyo kyo le. We didn't buy at 150. I wasn't able to study this company that early, but I'm happy to say that ng kolak at $2.60, $2.70, we were buying Vuzix. We even added more at this $3 breakout. Some of us added as high as 330 and 350. So I'd say that the next buying opportunity for Vuzix would already be here at 4. So if you weren't able to buy at 3, if you weren't able to buy at 350, try to get as low as you can near $4 or 4.3 if you want to add more. Of course, the higher it goes, you should be considering a trail. What does a trail stop mean? A trail stop means that for the winners, all these positions at 350 to 250 below, you can actually just hold on to that. But for the 4 to 430, because you're adding quite high, make sure that your position size is not as huge as a percentage of your portfolio. But I do think that this company, if you look at the weekly chart, has a potential resistance at 5, 6, 7. But if you can buy near 4, your resistance is still higher rather than your risk. So I would say that this continues to be a strong, we're still long and strong with this company, Vuzix. Similarly, a company in the AR wearables of augmented reality is actually a huge, huge thing. Let us discuss a few things that you may not know. You might want to watch that live interview from Vuzix. Go to their webpage, go to Fox Business News, watch it for yourself or study it. Make your own due diligence. Of course, this is also a nice thing to share. You could see very clearly that Dave Trader Portnoy, we did explain last Friday, the rise of retail brokerage firms. We have been seeing that in the last, since COVID time, a lot of brokerage firms are making money. And true enough, it was actually confirmed by Charles Schwab. So you could see in this news that, let's take a look at the news here. So Schwab actually reported a massive increase in the retail. The total new accounts, the blue line, surged in the second quarter. More on new accounts in second quarter than the previous 6 quarter combined. So as the people are learning that they can actually invest, and because they have more time, they're staying at home. Daily active traders are called your day traders. They have boomed to 1.6 million accounts, 400% increase from the end of 2019. So take a look at these stats. This is a significant move. So Charles Schwab, let's take a look at the chart of Charles Schwab. So len like kopyo hang biko ko Schwab. We explained that actually Schwab is a good company. You can actually invest if you want to invest in one of the best brokerage firms in the USA. If you have been investing in this company since, let's say, the last 7 years, like 2013, went from 12 to as high as 60. So if you're buying near 33, your risk is small. Your reward is maybe 44 to 50 in the next coming years. If you are somebody who wants a stable company that makes money from the rise of retail brokerage firms, I do think that there's some money that you can make here. So even if you buy today, take a look at Charles Schwab. Chuse di ay bue sa sako, sa siko. It's still a good buying entry here. Some sa, some C. So you could buy 33, 34 and make some money there. So similarly, we are using, of course, Interactive Brokers. I do think that Interactive Brokers is also a buying area. So Interactive Brokers here is giving you an entry point from about $80. It fell to 40. You could see that the drop was basically people assuming that Interactive Brokers would earn less due to the advent of zero cost commission stocks. So very zero fees would render them losing money or less money, but the truth can never be far. The perception is not true because Interactive Brokers makes money on lending you money, margin rates. Interactive Brokers can make money on some for robo-advisors. They can also charge you if you're trying to short the market or purchasing a few exchange-traded funds. So not all exchange-traded funds are actually zero cost. So yeah, and the more accounts open, the more trading commissions, even if it's just a few dollar fee. So in the US, it's zero, but for international, it's still cheap, just $1 fee. They have actually one of the cheapest margin rates, 1.5% a year. So take a look at Interactive Brokers. At 45, you get a breakout buy here. Even at 51, I think that it's still gonna go higher. So with a lot of potential secular tailwinds in the rise of retail, you've got fractional shares. You can open an account for as little as $1,000. There's actually no minimum balance. You could check our video. Take a look. Awesome 10X. Just type the rise of retail brokerage firms. It was last Friday that we've been discussing these trends. So you may want to watch that. Let me also share to you what's happening in abroad in China, for instance. So your electric vehicles, of course, Tesla was up last night. It's on the eve of their earnings this Wednesday. This Wednesday is actually very important. You've got Microsoft reporting earnings. You've got Tesla reporting earnings. You've got Amazon Alexa Developers Conference also reporting their earnings. So take a look what happened. For that earnings front, BYD company, after falling from 90 to 70, bounces to about 80. That's a $10 or a 15% move. I'd say that if Tesla actually surprises on the upside, some companies like the Chinese electric vehicle plays would also rise. So BYD company would probably rise further. Those who have this should continue to hold. You could see that very strong buy signal all the way. Just continue to hold your winners. We are seeing, so let me share to you that in all vehicles, whether it be a Tesla or a Ford or a General Motors, this is a company that's becoming the leader. Sorry, not becoming, it is already the leader. So for those who aren't aware, you can go to our Awesome 10X channel. We have discussed this last night. Serens to us is actually an Awesome 10X winner. So we have been buying in this 36 area, also buying a 38 area. I think any drops 36 to 38 would actually be a great entry point. And then, so I do believe that there's a strong trend in autonomous vehicles, Internet of Things, all of these voice technologies. We are entering a voice-first technology. So in my view, we have more reasons to be bullish than bearish. You want to study Saren's technology for those who aren't aware. Um, some Chinese names. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is a company that some people know, some people don't. So this is actually the Hong Kong version of Teladoc in the USA. You've got, of course, Teladoc. This is your T-Doc in China, or in Hong Kong, it's PA, good doctor. So if you like those secular trends, you could see that this is also happening as well in China. So 100, now 110, that is actually a higher low. It was $30 here. So the trend is very strong. You want to actually study these names if you don't have it. Of course, some of the biggest winners last night. Let's take a look. So we've got Twilio, Tesla, Fastly, Amazon, ServiceNow. Very strong winners. I'd say that for those who have them, just continue to hold. For your video games, we are seeing Sony all-time highs. Here, Turtle Beach is good, going up. It's a beneficiary of your hardware upgrades, your headsets, and all those keyboards. So that's a good thing. It tells you that Razer is also doing well. I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong in the entire sector. So it's really, right now, I'd say that most of you just really have to hold your winners. And if you have a portfolio that's not actually making money, you have to think twice why you aren't making money, because we have a very strong market. So we have a very strong market. You've got Vuzix, Ceragon was up 10%, already up 30%. This is 5G hauling. I actually want you to check out on some names. So Copen, Google Glasses are coming in the next 2 years. You want to understand Copen. We keep on reiterating bias. Take a look at this name. There's a strong buy breakout here at 143. Had you bought here at 165, 166, also a buy. Here, you have a higher low at 180. We do think that the Copen has a little resistance here at about 2.4, and then 3, and then 3.50 and $4. For those who aren't aware of what Copen does, you can do your due diligence for this. This is a beneficiary of your wearable trend. So there, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for listening to Awesome 10X channel. Please follow us here in my Faces Trader account in Twitter. Kung mga insights, take a look at our free shares, free insights, and I hope that you're making money wherever you are. Thank you very much, Jose. Bye-bye. Thank you.